In today's news, sources are resurfacing once again from the leading global institutions about an imminent cyber attack. From the International Monetary Fund, aka the IMF, to prominent major banks like Bank of England or even the likes of Lloyds as well, the probability right now seems very high and very disastrous, and as a result could likely lead to the collapse of USDT Tether. The door for USDT to be flipped by the likes of Ripple and XRP is already open and it is widening, and this incoming imminent Black Swan event could swing that door wide open, allowing XRP to take its place. As we can see in this first article here, published in October of 2023 from Finextra here, payment system cyber attack could cost the world $3.5 trillion. This warning reportedly comes from Lloyds Bank in London, and the risk of a cyber attack is the most cited risk in the latest Bank of England Systemic Risk Survey for the second half of 2023, with 80% of firms mentioning it, making it the highest ever in recorded history. Now, of course, this is serious, a very, very big deal, something that could seemingly lead to the collapse of the financial system. And yes, while I know this report came from last year, the reason I mention it is because this reported risk hasn't subsided. If anything, it has only become and grown more likely. As we can see here from the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, they published a document November 2024, so this month very recently, covering and warning at the high probability of cyber attacks in the financial system. The key elements to look out for is the IMF has classified this risk as a relatively high likelihood, higher than the other global threats, but also the IMF highlights that these cyber threats could involve crypto assets and potentially trigger financial and economic instability. Now, if this report came from last year, when everyone seemingly was anti-crypto, all the big institutions hated crypto or were quiet about it, I would have probably overlooked this and just chalked it down to the older generation not wanting to evolve the Financial Times, just being anti-crypto as they were last year. But this time around, we are a month away from 2025. We are seeing stablecoin and crypto regulations being chalked up worldwide, crypto becoming widely accepted, countries who previously banned crypto lifting these bans and starting to accept it. For example, here we got Donald Trump is seemingly very pro-crypto, and the Trump administration and Republican Congress are currently expected to move forward two major crypto bills with minimal opposition, which makes sense, of course, because the majority of Congress right now are pro-crypto. The two bills expected to be implemented very soon is a stablecoin bill and a market structure bill. So the two biggest and arguably the most important bills to kickstart regulatory clarity in the United States for cryptocurrency. This is very, very bullish, which for me now only adds further concern regarding this recent report from the IMF. And this is where the likes of USDT could be in major trouble. A report from the European Parliamentary Research Service highlights the instability of Tether, mentioning several potential catalysts that could cause the collapse of Tether, and one of the biggest ones here, the three biggest risks, is a cyber attack. The reason why is due to Tether's lack of transparency, lack of safety, and seemingly and potentially its lack of liquidity. It also comes down to their lack of regulatory oversight as well. We can hear in this interview from Coinbase and Circle about Tether leaving the EU because they are not compliant with MiCA regulations. Listen very closely.
What happens to the stable coins that aren't regulated then in in the imminent future? One big one that everybody always has in mind, but
yeah.
What happens to regulated exchanges like yours or ones that are...
Yeah, so we communicated, and we're not the only, so Coinbase, we put out a statement, I think 2 weeks ago now, saying by the end of this year, we would delist, or we would take the necessary regulatory action on non-MiCA compliant stablecoins. So we didn't name any stablecoins, and frankly, we would love to see the big stablecoin that you're talking about and various others, to understand if they are going to get approved and regulated, and they should come let us know. But we will be prevented in Europe from doing certain things with non-MiCA compliant stablecoins from the end of this year, and so that's just a consequence of the new rules that have come in.
Furthermore, allegedly Tether will be excluded from incoming US stablecoin bill based on this 2024 investment research report here published by Signum. As it states, a new stablecoin bill would encourage banks to issue new stablecoins and disadvantage non-bank stablecoin issuers and non-US entities such as Tether. It literally name drops Tether here. So Tether right now is on an island and also makes up a majority of transactions in the crypto space as we speak right now. So this therefore means a cyber attack could result in massive redemptions, forcing Tether to prove their reserves as users rush to exchange USDT and tokens for cash. So a run on a global stablecoin like Tether could severely disrupt the international financial system, causing widespread negative effects, potentially $3.5 trillion worth. So how does this potential incoming crisis, this black swan if you will, lead to XRP and the RLUSD flipping and cannibalizing Tether altogether? Well, again, it comes down to the stablecoin bill encouraging banks to issue new stablecoins. And while Ripple isn't exclusively a bank per se, they are connected with every major central bank and government all around the world. They have over 500 partnerships. I could literally challenge you to think of any bank, look up their name in connection with Ripple, and you will probably find something there. This is why I remain bullish on XRP. Despite the looming potential crisis, this is why I believe being knowledgeable is a key to help overcome adversity, and also very important as an investor, which is why I created a free to join Discord server where almost 500 of us now are working towards achieving financial freedom, spreading our knowledge in order to become as rich as possible in this cycle and cycles to come. If you want to go and click the link in the description below, because crypto's takeover has already begun and we have much more bullish momentum left in the tank, especially for the likes of XRP. I mentioned in my recent videos about Ripple's releasing their tokenized fund on the XRP ledger alongside Aberdeen and Archeck being their partners. Well, this announcement is actually a signal for the launch of Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin. So the flipping of USDT is actually a lot closer than you think. Institutions predicted correctly, stating, "We believe there could be an inflection point for tokenized funds in the next 12 to 18 months as on-chain money innovation creates a flywheel effect triggered by the use of stablecoins among early adopters such as virtual asset owners." This announcement signals the RLUSD's approval from the NYDFS, and better still, it looks like the hardship XRP went through from the crypto industry against the SEC was entirely worth it. According to Fox, Trump's administration is apparently eyeing up the CFTC to oversee digital asset regulations instead of the SEC, which is incredibly bullish for XRP because the CFTC, or at least former CFTC chair Christian Carlo here, bets the SEC will drop this case when Trump takes over, as XRP has already been determined as not a security. Pay very close attention.
There's a huge case in front of the federal courts right now brought by the SEC. It's the Ripple XRP case that Ripple violated essentially securities laws by issuing XRP. It's deemed part of that issuance was deemed a security, part of it wasn't. SEC is appealing.
Yes.
There's a Trump SEC coming in. Are they going to drop the case, you think?
So, Charlie, as you know, I wrote a definitive law review article before that case was brought, arguing that XRP was not a security subject to the SEC. It turned out that the judge who ruled in that case sided with the view
or half of it.
Right. I would recommend that it's time for regulatory agencies to drop a lot of these cases where they've lost at the trial court.
If you were a betting man, would they drop the XRP case?
I think they should. And
will they?
I would bet they would.
That's amazing.
Tether's downfall is documented time and time again. Institutions are raising the alarm again about the imminent cyber attack, and XRP has seemingly hinted at the approval and incoming release of the RLUSD. So XRP's takeover, in my belief, not financial advice of course, but I believe takeover is almost here. So do your own research, or better still, come chill, chat and learn more in the physical server, and I will see you in the next one.